Death hung in the smoke and clung to 400 acres of useless beachfront. This is a line from P.J. Harvey's song All and Everyone about the Battle of Gallipoli in 1915. This battle was considered the most disastrous conflict in World War I. Planning attack in a short time frame and underestimating their enemies led to a large amount of casualties. The number of Allied that died was equal to the amount of U.S. soldiers that we lost in the Vietnam War. To this day, you can still see debris lying on the beaches of Anzac Cove. In this picture right here, there is barbed wire and other metal left over from the attacks several years earlier. Today, I'm going to talk about the 1915 Battle of Gallipoli. I'm going to discuss the first planning attempts. I will talk about the main battle on April 25th, and then I will also talk about the outcome of this battle. With information written on the 100-year anniversary by John Henley, Joshua Hammer, Mark Tran, and Jay Warren, I will accurately discuss all of these events. The British decided to make a decision about overcoming the Ottoman Turks. On January 2nd, the British War Council met to figure out how to take the Turkish army out of the war. So they decided that they needed to break through the Dardanelles Straits and overcome Constantinople. They needed to do this by launching warships and having a land and sea battle. The Ottoman Turks were an easy target, they were undereducated, and it was assumed that their equipment was older and non-reliable. Field Marshal Kitchener decided that an attack could be won, so Winston Churchill conceived a plan of attack. The benefits were going to be Allied control of the Dardanelles Straits and a hope that the Bulgaria and Italy forces would join their side. On March 18, 1915, the Allied ships approached. There were 85 British and French ships. Unknown to the Allies, the Turks had hidden mines in the water. A French battleship had hit one of those mines on the way through, losing 700 crewmen. That day, instead of the Allies taking over the strait, they lost 1/3 of their fleet to these hidden mines. With this first attempt failed, the Kitchener ordered General Hamilton to come up with a plan of attack, and he only gave him 5 weeks to plan a full seaborne assault. Now, a similar conflict in the 1940s on Iwo Jima took over 6 months to plan. The Turkish had prepared for this fight by digging trenches, building forts. To this day, you can still see the trenches if you were to go visit the beaches and the land. The Allies became tired. So on April 25th, the main attack on Gallipoli occurred. There were 2 British cutters that were sent. The plan was to land on 5 different spots on the peninsula. The first and second spot were failures. The first one, they didn't even dock their boats before they were attacked by the enemy. The second one, they landed a mile north of their planned spot because of the wind. This is a map that was showing the attacks on all the different sections of the peninsula during that time. So when the Allies finally settled on their attacks, no one moved forward or backwards. It was just a constant battle all day and all night long. They became ill, injured, tired, and they ran out of many resources. Basically, they were at a stalemate. So the Turks launched a defense that took out 10,000 casualties in a night-long fight. This led to a new decision by the British War Council. They wanted to make one final attempt to succeed. They sent a New Zealand battalion to the Bay of Suvla. This battalion managed to make it up 2 cliffs before they had to stop. They held their position for 2 days, and then the Turks pushed them down. This was not the result that the Allies wanted, and so the stalemate continued for several more months. On January of 1916, the Allies admitted defeat. It was a Turkish victory, but they had lost 86,000 soldiers and had 200,000 casualties. And with the Allied defeat, they lost 56,000 soldiers and had 196,000 casualties. This almost ruined Churchill's career, and he stepped down from his position. Also, on January 29th, Colonel Kitchener resigned from his place. Colonel Kemal was the leader of the Turkish troops. He got a reputation of being the best soldier for the Turkish in over 600 years and changed his name to Ataturk, which meant father of the Turks. Now, this was the bloodiest battle of World War II. It was poorly planned. They underestimated their enemy. I discussed the beginning planning stages, the main attack on April 25th, 1915, and the events from the outcome from all of these events in the battle. Winston Churchill once said, "Battles are won by slaughter and maneuver. The greater the general, the more he contributes to maneuver, and the less he contributes to slaughter." Thank you.